Greetings, friend. I will show you how to solve this puzzle from round 1 of the 2023 Sudoku Grand Prix. Not only that, I'll do it without marks, and please stick around to the end. I got a great announcement for you that you don't want to miss. Click below if you want to give it a go. With that, it's solving time. Okay, the key to getting through this puzzle initially is to look at the 4s first. So you got two 4s here in column 7 and 8. So you need to put a 4 up there in block 3 because that's the only place left for a 4 there. And then you see you have two 4s here in columns 1 and 3, two 4s in 4 and 6. Means there's only one place left for a 4 here in block 4. And then if you look in rows 8 and 9 and column 4, only one place left for a 4 in block 8. And then we got the last 4 is right here in block 2. And now you want to kind of focus up here at the top. We can make some more progress. I have solved this puzzle before because I have participated in round 1, and there's the only place left for 1 right here. And it was difficult for me. I mean, there's like 12 puzzles, and I only got through 5. I got through all the classics, and I did 1 of the variants. This one, very good. I love the constructors. It's a team from India that hosted it, and I'll put the names of those setters down below. I'm not sure who actually created this particular puzzle, but it was very fun. But I'll tell you, it's only going to use the top 7 strategies needed to handle most Sudoku puzzles. But the way they did it in this, it's hard to get a good flow going. So I'm going to kind of show you the best way to do that, and give you some ideas of what I did when I was kind of going through it as well. And so if you stay up here, next thing you want to look at is the 5s. Okay, so yeah, you have a 5 cutting across row 3 and a 5 coming up column 1. That means the 5s are limited to 2 spots here in block 1. And I'm going to color that, not using marks, but I'm going to color to show you that this is now a pointing pair. So the 5s are limited to block 1 here in row 2. You have this 5 in row 3. So if you look over here, 5s can't be in those spots and 5 can't be there. This is the only place left we can put a 5 in block 3. So let's get rid of the colors. I kind of want to show you that. So that's kind of a pointing pair. That's something that's going to help you solve the puzzle there. And then let's look at the 6s. You got the 6 cutting across row 3. You got these two 6s in columns 4 and 6. So 6 has to be right there. And as soon as I get out of color mode, I didn't think I was still in it. There, we can mark that 6. So this is good for us. This is going to help us kind of make those solves. And if you got this 8 cutting across here, then you can solve for an 8 right there. And now my working memory, I'm going to remember that this is a 6 and a 9. And this is huge because it's going to help us solve the rest of the puzzle here. All right, I got these two 7s, rows 1 and 2. Means the only place left for 7 in block 1 is right here. And then you remember how this is a 6 and a 9? We're going to actually be able to solve this cell right here because we know that's a 6 and a 9. And why? Because if this is a 6 and a 9, we can tell what these two cells are. There are only 2 left. And so they have to be a 3 or a 5. We don't have a 3 or a 5 down here anywhere. So I got to remember that's a 3 or 5. What's remaining is a 9. All right, so we can mark that cell for a 9, which now leaves us with a 3 and an 8 up here. So you got just 3. This is going to be a 3, and this has got to be your 8. And then leaves a 2 and a 9 right here. And I'm saying all these out loud because I want you to remember it in what I call the working memory. You got about 15 minutes to store up these little pairs and remember what they are. If you say them out loud, it actually helps quite a bit as well. And we're going to use these later in the puzzle to help get the solves going. Okay, other things we can look at. We got these 2s here in columns 2 and 3. Means the only place left for a 2 is right here. And this is going to be valuable because now what you have right here, you see how you have these 3 cells filled out and these 3 cells? This is now a naked triple, okay? And I'll mark it with a different color. Let's use green. And so it means that 1, 3, and 7 have to be in these 3 cells. So we know they can't be anywhere else in this block. So if this is a 1, 3, 7, then these cells would have to be a 6. And you see the 6 right there. So we can mark that for a 6. And then this has to be a 5 or a 9. That's what's left to put. So the 5 or 9, the other in column 1, they have to go in this spot. So I want to keep that in mind. So this is a 5 or a 9. This talked about 1, 3, 7. Can't be a 3 because of this 3. But you're looking at a 1, 7, 8 cutting across the rest of the row. And now without using any marks, we can actually solve the rest. We can solve 3 of the cells in that row. I wouldn't say the rest of it because we don't know where the 5 or 9 are going to be just yet. But we know this is a 1, 7, or an 8. And if you look right here, I got 2 1s here and here. So this has to be your 1. I got a 7 right there, so this has to be your 7, and this is going to be your 8. So we did all that with the working memory, and we're able to figure that part out. Love that. And then every time you make kind of a mark like that, you want to see, okay, what does that give us with the puzzle? So what we want to do is kind of go back over here, right? We started with this naked triple. We knew it was a 1, 3, 7. We got the 1. Well, this is a 7, so this has to be your 3, and that has to be your 7. And now let's go over here. And I want to, what I'm doing is I'm always looking for where I can see great restrictions. I know I can't solve this yet, can't solve this yet, can't solve this yet. So there's only 3 cells remaining here, so this is a good place to look. We need a 3, 5, or an 8. Well, I got a 3 and an 8 right there. This has to be your 5. And now with this 5 and this 5, this has got to be a 5 right there. And so you see we can make more progress in the puzzle. And now with the 5s here in columns 4 and 6 and rows 4, and we know a 5's got to be there, we can actually solve for the 5 right there. And now another trick, let's look at this. We got the 3, 7 cutting down column 4. We got 3, 7 here cutting down column 6. So you know these 2 cells have to be a 3 or a 7, which means these 2 cells have to be a 2 or 9. That's the only thing that's left up here in column 5. Well, we got a 2 right here, so now we can actually solve this for a 9, solve this for a 2, and remember this was a 2, 9, so I can solve that for a 9 immediately. Right away, I can solve that for a 9. And so by using that 3, 7 hidden pair, we were able to make a lot more progress in the puzzle. And then what do we have left here? It looks like we got a 1 or a 2. I see a 2 right there. So here's your 1, and here's your 2. This is a full house. Awesome. All right, so we're going to mark that as a 1. And again, making great progress, so we're going to continue moving on. So we got that 3, 7 here. We got, it looks like a naked triple right there, which would be, one of them has to be a 2. I got a 2, so that's going to be your 2. And then you're looking at 8 or 9. Got the 8 right here, so here's your 8, and here's your 9. Awesome. And now with these 2 8s, I can solve this cell for an 8. And then with this 1 up here, I can solve this for a 1. This is going to be your 3. And if you remember, there was going to be an 8 remaining right there from that working memory. Awesome. And so now 1, 1 with this 1 means you have to have a 1 right here. And what's left in this? Oh, it's going to be a 6. And you remember the 6, 9? Now that comes into play right there. So 6, 9. And please keep watching, because at the end I got that special announcement. I don't want you to miss it. You're going to love what I'm going to tell you. All right, what we got right here? It looks like it's going to be a 9 and a 3. So we knocked all that out. We come down here, 3, 7. Remember, we got that 3 there. So now we can do this 3. Mark this for a 7. These 2 7s with this 7 means this has to be a 7 here. We got another nice full house. Mark that for a 1. And then we got a nice full house across this row. This has got to be a 3. Awesome. So I see 3, 3, 3, 5. I remember 3, 5 from that working memory. And I remember 5, 9. So here's your 5, here's your 9. And we can solve our last cell for a 9. It's time for my big announcement. The February reward puzzle pack for my Buy Me a Coffee members came out today. Yoshi Broshi created it. It is fun. You want to join the Smarty Party? Click on the membership link below. Also, a big shout out to my new members, M, Rockrad0, DJV, and John Brown. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching.